You're very welcome to That's the Spirit, where I shall share the stories behind some of Ireland's most remarkable distilleries. The people, the places, and the spirit that makes them what they are. Today we're heading west again, to Galway, a place that's always had a bit of magic about it. I lived there for a time myself. Walked those cobbled streets, worked behind bars like Garvin's on Shop Street and Sonny Malloy's. And I can tell you, Galway has a heartbeat all of its own. Music on every corner, wind off the bay, and that mix of tradition and mischief that makes it so unmistakably Irish. You can probably tell I miss it. And right there on the edge of the city, where the Atlantic air still hangs heavy, you'll find Micil Distillery, a place that captures the Galway spirit about as well as anywhere I know. Now, Micil isn't a name dreamt up for a label, it's a family story, one that stretches back 6 generations. Back to a man named Micil, who in 1848 was distilling Poitín in the hills of Connemara. Done quietly, the way it always was. A drop for the neighbours, a drop for the priest, a drop for the wake. Tradition, community, and at times, survival. Fast forward over 170 years, and that same family is still at it. Only now it's legal, and arguably better than ever. The distillery was founded by brothers Pádraic and Jimín of Griallais, carrying on the craft their great-great-great-grandfather started. In 2016, they opened the doors of Micil Distillery in Salthill, the first legal distillery in Galway in over a century. Now, I know these lads, and I can tell you they're the real deal. Pádraic is a driving force, fluent in Irish, deeply passionate about heritage, but just as focused on doing things properly. One minute he's talking yeast strains and still shapes, the next he's deep in Connemara folklore. You'd struggle to keep up sometimes. Jimmy is a hands-on craftsman, quieter, maybe, but sharp as a tack. He learned how to distill in the traditional way on a Connemara hillside, in the rain and in the wind, and that's not marketing. That's just how it was done. He's the one making sure every cut from the still is exactly as it should be, and there's no shortcut there either. Every single cut is made by taste alone, nose, palate, instinct, years of it. Between them, they've brought old Connemara Poitín into a new era. And then there's Micil O'Flaherty, their national accounts manager, and a familiar face from my own days in Garvin's. He's one of those people who is made for this kind of work. The kind who walks into a room and immediately makes it feel warmer. Sharp, funny, and genuinely passionate about what he's representing. I worked alongside Micil and Mark McLaughlin, of course, back in Garvin's. Now, I'm not sure how much work was actually done when the three of us were on together, but the pub was definitely full of warmth, laughter and friendship. And looking back, maybe that's not so different from what Micil brings to Micil every day. He's the kind of person you want telling your story, and you can see straight away how proud he is of the lads and what they've built. What I love about Micil is how deeply it's rooted in place. Everything they make feels like Galway and Connemara at once. Wild, welcoming and completely authentic. Their first spirit was the Micil Irish Poitín, made to the original family recipe using 100% Irish malted barley and a local Connemara botanical called bog bean. It's spicy, warm and full of character, a taste of exactly where it comes from. And then there's the heritage Poitín, which is something else entirely. Barley and oats peated over turf cut from the family's own land in Invern, not bought in, not sourced elsewhere, their land, their turf, their smoke. It's smooth and rich, with a gentle peat running all the way through it. One of those drinks that just makes sense the moment it hits you. They also make gin that's bright, coastal, full of Connemara herbs and flowers, hand-picked locally and distilled in the pot after an overnight maceration. You can almost taste the sea air in it. And their spiced orange gin brings a warmth that's just right for a late evening by the fire. The kind of thing you'd nurse slowly and not apologise for. But it's their whiskey journey that's really starting to turn heads. The Invern small batch was the first step. Lightly peated, triple cask matured, soft but full of character. And then came the Earl's Island single pot still. Richer, deeper, with Bordeaux red wine cask influence, bringing layers of fruit, smoke and spice. And they're not stopping there. New whiskey releases are building out the range and the confidence in where the spirit is heading. You can really taste it. And then there was the collaboration that raised a few eyebrows, a partnership with Belfast rap group Kneecap. On paper, it might sound like an unlikely pairing, a traditional Connemara distillery and a modern Irish rap group. But think about it for a moment. Both are rooted in identity, in language, in pushing Irish culture forward without losing where they come from. It's bold, it's current, and it works. It shows that Micil isn't just preserving tradition, they're evolving it. And not every distillery gets that balance right. But here's the thing, for all the noise around the new and the unexpected, the soul of the place hasn't shifted an inch. At its core, nothing has changed where it matters. Everything is still done by hand, small copper stills, traditional cuts, no rushing, no shortcuts. Just the distiller's nose and palate, the same way it's always been. The lads are there for every run, tasting, adjusting, debating, laughing. And you can feel that care in every drop. And nothing goes to waste either. The spent grain goes back to feed the cattle on the family farm in Connemara. A quiet detail, but one that tells you everything about how they think. The Irish language still flows through everything they do, on the labels, in the tours, in everyday conversation. The recipes themselves have been handed down that way. Not written, not recorded, passed on by word of mouth, in Irish, from one generation to the next. It's not something they've added in, it's just simply who they are. And the story is still growing. There are plans for something bigger yet. A full distillery in Connemara, closer to where it all began. But no matter how far they go, you get the sense they'll never lose what makes them special. And having stood in that distillery with them, copper warm, the air heavy with spirit, the lads talking and laughing between runs, I can tell you this, Micil isn't just another brand. It's a family story told through glass and copper. It's the Atlantic wind and a Galway welcome and the sound of laughter from people who truly love what they do. So next time you see a bottle of Micil on the shelf, remember it's not just another Irish spirit. It's 6 generations of history, 2 brothers carrying it forward, and a distillery that's not afraid to do things its own way. Sláinte.